Hey there, Cancer Sun, Cancer Moon, Cancer Rising. It's Maggie from Moondirected. Welcome to my channel. Here we work with the energy of the moon to see how we can best utilize it to move our life forward in the most positive way possible. So welcome back to the weekly readings. I did listen to my bi-weekly in the middle of this time, so at the beginning of last week, and I was all tired and dragged out, and I'm lucid, and like I kept saying to everybody, like 12 times I said it, plus I had written it down, that Sunday night, you know, we might be up all night doing stuff, and Monday we'd be tired, and it turned out to be true for me, and I totally forgot about it. So I think it's time to go back to the weekly readings. So the weekly readings will be coming out as a rule on Thursday nights, and okay. And on Mondays, I will be putting out additional content. That will be like your new moon, your full moon, your random readings, whatever I put out, the monthlies. So look for me again on Thursday for next week's reading this time. And be sure to hit the thumbs up and leave me a comment, because I will be every month I will go ahead and do a drawing for comments to do a free reading, because I really enjoyed the interaction that I get with everybody. So, whew. So these cards are like the overall energy. We just came out of this really big extended cycle, especially for you, Cancer, like with that Cancer new moon eclipse, and then the Capricorn full moon eclipse, and then this Pisces moon, and also the full moon, I think it was, that full moon in Aquarius was pretty powerful too. So I kind of wanted to just take everybody's temperature on where you guys are at. And so you have the brown bear spirit, which is take a time out. And so I feel like there's this energy of you want to get started, you want to get going. You're like, we're here in this time where everything's lined up. And now it's saying, take a time out. But I want to tell you that every other sign has gotten something like that. And so I think that part of the energy is this, we're coming off of this hangover of this full moon, and it's time to just catch your breath a little, but make a plan. Like, I still feel like you need to make a plan, because you have the giraffe spirit, which is see the big picture. And so that's part of making the plan. But so don't be like frustrated and stressed out because nothing seems to be moving yet. The energy is there for several months, and so we're going to get there. But right now we have this mouse spirit, which is tend to the small things, and that is Virgo, right? That Virgo energy of paying attention to the details, of looking around and seeing, what am I missing? So the big picture and the details, right? So it's like the big picture and then focusing in, and I feel like it's a narrowing of a focus. Really what I see is like, I feel like a spotlight that's coming down into that little pinpoint of light. So the big picture, and then what do you need to focus on? What do you need to focus on? And then you have the beautiful scarab beetle spirit. Magic works through you. So you can create whatever you want. Your magic is going to work through you. You can do this. It's just the big picture, and then focus in on the details. So it's making that plan. It's having that goal, that dream, and then making that plan. And so lots of energy to be utilized for that. And you might need that taking the time out, the meditation part, to see the big picture, to catch your breath, to see what it is that you're trying to create, that you want to create. What direction do you want to take things in? Because this feels very much like it could possibly have to do with career goals. We're walking into this week with the energy in your 10th house of career, and so quite likely that is a thing. All right, so, and that full moon that we had over the weekend was, it was in your 9th house of higher knowledge, learning, spirituality. And so touching base with yourself on where it is that you really want to go with your career, and what is it that you're going to decide to do moving forward, because you are moving forward. Look at this. This is the energy of that full moon in Pisces. There is a situation that does not work for you, and you are emotionally walking away. But it also could be this taking the time out to breathe, understanding that I need some time and space to myself. I mean, she's walking outside, leaving the dishes in the sink. So what can you do right now that you can leave undone, let go for a day or two, and take a time out for yourself to rest and relax and be alone? So, I'm a Cancer sun, and, my moon is in Pisces. And so I just know, like, tomorrow and Tuesday, I'm not working anywhere. I figured this out in the middle of the week. I'm like, oh my God, I can't even breathe. So I scheduled that time off for myself, and I will be finding myself on a beach somewhere. It looks like the weather will be nice, but even if it's not, I'm still going. I need that. And so if you are feeling that energy of that too, take the time out, get out in nature, spend some time close to a river, a stream, a lake, whatever, the ocean if you can get there. All right, so we have the Knight of Blades. This is the Knight of Swords. Again, this is paying attention to detail. Look, he's cutting her hair, but he's so busy like being mad about something and angry. And look at the look on the dog's face and her face. They're like, are you going to screw up my hair? Right? So take the time out if you're feeling all stressed out, because this feels like stressed out energy, and maybe someone's stressing you out and they're the Knight of Swords and they're coming at you with their nasty words and you're like, oh my God, I just need a break. Or maybe it's just you're feeling stressed out because right before that moon went into Pisces, it was in Aquarius, and it was very stressful energy for those 3 days because of the angle it was coming into contact with the sun, Mars, Venus, and Mercury. It was all at that quincunx, difficult, stressful angle. And so maybe you're just feeling a little stressed out and you need a break, and you should do that. And then I think you're going to come back ready to rock and roll, because we have the Three of Wands. This is working together on a group activity, moving something forward, seeing things from a higher perspective, right? So there's the mountain ahead, the details of walking up. But see, there we got the dogs representing the loyalty. We have spirit involved. We've got someone being a leader and showing the way. And you might even very well be the leader, because we have the King of Wands. And the King of Wands, he's blind. And he's running a marathon. So maybe you don't exactly know where you're going. Maybe you can't see all the details of this project, but people are cheering you on. They're there to support you. Again, we have the Dog of Loyalty. So you may not know exactly every little thing, but try to focus in on the details, because trust me, if he's not using that stick to check out the terrain in front of him, he's going to have a spill, right? So it's the big picture of he's running this marathon. It's exciting, it's adventurous, it's action oriented, but still he needs to do it at a steady pace. He needs to pay attention to the details. It's both. But here we go. Queen of Pentacles. This is the nurturing energy. This is very much like the Empress energy of the Empress energy is planting the seeds to grow something, and the Queen of Pentacles in this one is actually the bringing it to market. So paying attention to details. What are the seeds of intention you're planting in your career house that will yield financial abundance down the road? Okay? So it's the planning ahead stage. It's that planning ahead stage. But I think first you need a break. First, take a time out. Meditate, go for a walk, take a day off, mental health break day, whatever it takes. And then I think you'll come back refreshed and ready to go, ready to take on the world, ready to make things happen. But first, I think you need a break. Excuse me. Okay, so we start out with that moon in Aries on Monday. It's about having the confidence to push your idea forward. Don't forget that it's supposed to be something that you enjoy. Even though it's work, if you hate your job, it's not the place to be. Then it's time to be looking for something else, right? So, you just should never hate your job. If I feel like there's always a way out of that situation. Sometimes it's not easy. Sometimes it doesn't present itself easily to figure it out. But working your way toward it is a definite thing you could be doing. And so using your self-confidence to push forward your big idea. Oh my gosh, you have adventure. Taurus had adventure. Aries had adventure. You're the fourth sign I've done. 3 out of 4. There's a definite overall energy, and adventure makes me think of Aries, right? And so this is, you're embarking on something new. This is wonderful new experiences fill my life. That is because we are coming off that full moon energy and all that cycles of things just been eliminating. We are getting into a new cycle. It's a new beginning. It's a new opportunity. So take that rest, take that break, meditate a little, get a relaxation in, recharge, because it's time to move forward. Tuesday morning at 6:30 a.m., the moon moves into Taurus, and Taurus is all about responsibility, being grounded. And this time where the moon is in this phase, it's about balance and finding the beauty and the joy. It's also a little bit about this resilience. This resilience is Wednesday, and it says that energy shifts not until in the afternoon. It's what is it, 4:30, 56, something like that. So it's almost 5 o'clock p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, so most of the workday. So this Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday energy is about the balance and enjoying life and finding the beauty and knowing you're resilient. So rest and recharge, and then when you cut back stuff and new growth comes and new things can happen, and it's going to be kind of this challenging energy of utilizing your resources, time, money, energy, emotional energy, physical energy, right? Balancing them, using them in a very efficient way. Careful planting of the seeds. You want to plant your seeds in fertile ground, not on the sidewalk, right? So how do you do this? Paying attention to the small details of where things are going, having the big picture, seeing the beauty of what it is you're creating, being resilient, doing the research that you need to do to make the most of the opportunity of the next few months as you plant these seeds of intention in your career sector. Okay, first off, you're like, I don't know about this whole money thing. We have deservingness and we have the abundance mindset. And the abundance mindset starts with a gratitude list. You start keeping count every day of the things that you're grateful for. If something happens, smile and notice it. Pay attention. You can actually start a list and write it down if you need to, so that you recognize just how many things are going right as opposed to what's going wrong, because then that raises your vibration from the mindset of lack into the mindset of abundance. And that attracts in and draws in, because energy is attracted to like energy, and it is going to draw in more opportunities for abundance. And first, it starts with you believing you deserve it. And you do. You do. You deserve the abundance of the universe. You are a co-creator of the universe. You are the light of God wrapped up in a human form, body, DNA, right? But at the core of who you really are, you are a part of God. And God is abundance. And so you deserve the abundance. You can attract it to you. You can bring it to you. You just have to decide to do so, to find the way. So rest and recharge. And while you're doing that, maybe take a notebook with you. I tend to take a notebook with me to the beach, because I have a feeling that while I'm resting and recharging, that my mind is going to be working, and that's a good thing, right? And so then Thursday, when that moon moves into Gemini, that's in your 12th house of hopes, goals, dreams, and wishes. So this is your groups and group activities and the abundance mindset. And so don't look around and look at what other people have and say, I wish I had that. No, you can have it. Say, I am abundant. I am I'm always in the right place at the right time, and I meet the right people. I'm always in the right time in the right place and with the right people. Turquoise is a gemstone that really draws that and attracts that to you. That's that water color, right? That energy. So, it's the abundance mindset. It's that self-belief. And then look at where you've come from, what are you doing, and then there's the wisdom that comes from the life experiences. So what have you learned? Don't forget to be grateful. When this moon is in Gemini, utilizing your wisdom, that's one of your resources, right? The abundance mindset, that's one of your resources. Bringing all this in, this will help you be resilient and overcome whatever challenge that you're feeling. I feel it like it's a financial challenge, possibly, just because of where these things are. But hopes, goals, dreams, wishes, what do you want to co-create with Spirit? Decide. Don't sit around and wait for them to tell you. Ooh. Oh, yeah. Don't wait around for them to decide. You tell them what you would like to do. Okay, so move beyond your ancestral patterns. This is so much of what we struggle from is stuff that we don't even remember. It's like, oh, this always happens to me. Okay, well, stop saying that first off, because then you're just creating more of that. So what has happened in the past? Learn from it. Ask your spirit guides to bring you information and guidance, and that's your intuition talking to you, right? And make your decisions moving forward because they've learned things in the past. Your higher self has learned in the past. And so moving beyond your ancestral patterns, if you're listening to your gut and making moves based on that, if you're doing what you've always done, you're going to get what you always got, right? So do something different. Listen to your intuition. What does it say? If you've always turned left and then you're like, oh, I think I wanted to take the right, then go right. I mean, what's the worst that can happen? You learn a lesson, but at least it's a different one. Just, the same lesson over and over is so hard to deal with. And then you are not alone. This is the second time I've seen this. I think Aries had this. You are not alone, okay? So your ancestors, your guides, your higher self, they're there with this wisdom, this ancestral wisdom to bring it to you, to help you. That's your intuition, listening to your intuition and allowing that to help you choose your path, choose your direction. So taking that little time, going for that walk, walking away, stepping out, taking your mental health day take your notebook with you and journal and automatic writing. Like when you start writing about things, stuff comes out of the end of the pen and you're like, I didn't know I was thinking that. That's because now you're channeling spirit. Your higher self can talk to you easier through your pen. So pen to paper. It's a really great way to communicate with spirit. You don't even have to rely on what you're hearing. It's just your thoughts coming out on paper, but through your higher self thoughts. It's you talking to you on paper. Okay, Sunday the moon moves into Cancer. Is this really important, Cancer? Okay, this is really important, Cancer. This is so important. It's really... You are not your emotions. You experience your emotions. Water signs experience them way more than anybody else does. I have an awful lot of water in my chart, and I know what I'm talking about as far as that goes, right? So when you learn to surf your emotions, when you allow the emotions to flow through you and not drown you, when you say, oh, I know that emotion. I recognize that emotion. Don't ignore them. Don't bottle them up. Allow them to flow through you. Don't allow them to explode like a water spout or something and kill everybody around you. Allow them to flow through you. You are protected, okay? This is the manipulation of this particular time frame of the energies will be to maybe feel your feels really strongly, and just because you're feeling it doesn't make it reality. Okay? So feel your emotions, allow them to flow through you. You have breathe. You have breathe. Breach from beneath the water's surface and soar up beyond the turquoise sea. Breathe. Okay? Allow them to flow through you. Take that deep breath. Inhale through the nose. Out through the mouth. Take that deep breath. Your emotions are going to be heightened. So be discerning about what is reality. Don't create more challenges for yourself. And then you have voyage. Set sail on a new adventure. Set sail. So your emotions are emotions. They're valid and they're yours. And you're allowed to feel them. Don't drown in them. Don't marinate them. Just allow them to flow right on through. Imagine yourself to be a colander, right? If you were a bowl or a bucket and the water came in, it would fill up, right? But when you're a colander, the water flows out through all the little holes and it spreads out and allows it to fertilize the ground, water the ground, and plants can grow, and you can do things with that water that's useful if you allow it to flow through, and clearing it out, right? Clearing out the emotions. Because we're at the end of a big cycle and we're heading into a new one. And so get ready for that. And a really great way to do that is to actually physically change some of the energy around you. Just clear out a drawer. It's actually helpful. When I'm stressed, I clean. Been doing that all my life. Turned it into a business though. So, Now I just find it totally relaxing. Oh, look at this. Okay, first off, awaken your passion. What do you want to create? What do you want to create? Awaken your passion. It's a new adventure. What do you want to create? This is your opportunity to decide. You get to decide what you're going to do, where you want to go, what do you want to be. Awaken your passion. What are you excited about? What brings you the joy? And I think this feels very career-oriented, right? So what brings you the joy? And then look at this. There's the waterfall. That's that waterfall, the water flowing. It's flowing. It's not stagnant. It's not going into a pool or a pond. Look at all that. It's moving. It's moving. Allow it to move through. And it says brilliance. Discover your sparkle. So shine out there for the world to see. Be who you are. Go for your dreams. And if you need that break this week, take it. Take it. Why not? You can make this happen. All right. I will see you back here on Thursday for next week's reading. And then I'll be back on Monday. So be sure to hit the notification bell so you know when I upload videos. And you guys have a great week. Have a great week. It looks good. So make the most of it. Talk to you soon.